The Super Eagles of Nigeria soared far away in Monrovia, Liberia, and of course, they qualified for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in that 3-2 win over Sierra Leone. It was a very enthralling, energy-sapping encounter, but unfortunately, the Stars were deemed in far away Antananarivo in Madagascar, and the Black Stars of Ghana will have to wait until September before they can be rest assured of participating in the competition. On that note, I welcome you to Niger Sport fans from wherever you are joining us from around the world. My name remains Ashalolu Afemi. A lot of our Ghanaian fans, I know you're not happy. And of course, we've been monitoring comments on the social media. Not a happy one. A lot of Ghanaian faces will not be happy this morning. But of course, that is the way football is. James Agberebi is here. We'll be breaking things down nicely on the show today. James, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Femi. I'm happy to be on today's edition.
Okay, and of course, to all the fathers around the world, our fans, Niger Sport Fans Forum fans, we say happy belated Father's Day to all of you. I pray that God will continue to give you the strength to provide for your family. Okay, James, let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Of course, it is no longer news that we've qualified for the tournament, but I think we have to talk about Victor Osimhen, 17 goals in 26 and the game is now for the Super Eagles. This guy seems to be chasing the record of Rashidi Yekini, 35 goals for the national team in 62 games. James.
Yes, a good one for Victor Osimhen. I remember the last qualifiers against Guinea-Bissau. He was shut out over 2 legs. Well, I think this game now against Sierra Leone, he was able to prove that he's still the same Osimhen. Scoring 2 goals. He almost had a hat-trick, but one of the goals was chalked off for offside.
Yeah,
you know, you hunger in him, the drive, the passion. You know, he just good to show that he was ready to spill blood. You know, even if you watch him, I don't know if you saw a video of Osimhen with his teammates. You know, the way he was just panting around when the Sierra Leoneans equalized. I mean, you see that
on the touchline. Yeah.
Yes.
The same thing he does at Napoli.
Exactly. It goes to show that it doesn't matter the nature of the game. He's always ready to give his all. And I'm so happy that he contributed 2 goals, which also helped Nigeria to qualify for the AFCON. And for talking about the record for whether you will be able to break the record, I think it's 20 goals short of Yekini, if I'm not mistaken.
And it's just 24.
Yes, you know, so I think what will help him to cut the gap is if he features against Sao Tome and Principe. You know, it's an inconsequential game.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he'll be willing to travel down to play the game and
you are speaking like a politician.
Try and cut down the deficit, because as a part of the reason why he was able to get to this figure was that in the game against Sao Tome in the first leg in the 10-0, he scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
You know, so it's another opportunity for him to increase the tally and closing Yekini's record, you know, because he's going to find it difficult when he come up against very decent side. You know, he's going to score, but when you play against a team like Sao Tome, you're guaranteed of at least scoring a lot of goals. So, good one for him. He did very well, and congratulations to the Super Eagles for the qualification.
Okay, so Osimhen continue his scoring streak. This is, of course, he is currently the top scorer in the qualifiers with 7 goals. Before the game against Sierra Leone, he was on 5 with Senegal Sadio Mane, but now he has 7 goals. James, very quickly in 1 minute, let's talk about your perception about the game. We will get to the part where we talk about the Chris gamble and some of the lessons that we will take away from that game, that draw against Madagascar. But Pesero didn't take any chances at all. You could see that he threw in all his arsenal into that game against Sierra Leone, as if he knew what the Lone Stars were going to bring, particularly in the second half.
Yes, I think kudos to the Super Eagles because they had to face some obstacles, especially the playing tough. It was very, very difficult for them. They had to manage.
It was horrible, James.
Yes, you know, so as I said, it was kudos to them that they were able to get the result, the win. A draw would have been enough anyway, but I think it's a good thing that they were able to get the victory. You know, the general play was, I think, was a bit, not the best of performances, but the most important thing is to get the job done, because now they've qualified with a game to spare, and it gives the coach the opportunity to try and look at other players. But in his post-match press conference, he was asked if he's going to get new players to prosecute the game against Sao Tome, but he said he finds the door is open for other players, but he's still going to, because of continuity, for consistency. That's what he said. So for me, the game overall, I think the Eagles tried, and the goalkeeper to Adeleye to made the winning debut. Those were a very tough one for him, but at least he was able to mark his debut for the Super Eagles with a victory.
Okay.
So I think it's a good one for them. It will also help in their ranking. I remember what the former NFL president, Amaju Pinnick, said, that it's important for the Super Eagles to win their last 2 games, because he's looking at the World Cup qualifier, because to give you the opportunity to be seeded, being pot 1. And so that was is a very good result for them. So I don't know, they've continued to be a turn in the flesh for the Super Eagles. They always have this knack of always trying to come back against the Super Eagles. But this time around, the Super Eagles were able to put them away. Okay. But kudos to them. They gave us a fight. And congratulations to the Super Eagles once again.
Okay, James, a lot of questions actually still lingers, because one, a lot of people have been asking how CAF got to approve that AstroTurf for that game, that synthetic pitch. A lot of people are asking that question. And again, as it stands now, the contract of Jose Peseiro will run out at the end of the month, but we do not know where the NFF stands as far as that is concerned. But James, let's talk about Ghana. Before, in our preview of that game, we talked about Chris Hughton missing a number of key players. Of course, Inaki Williams, Mohamed Salisu, Tariq Lamptey, Abdul Babar Rahman, Daniel Kofi Chie. Of course, we knew those guys were out because of injury. But James, I would want to be that, because if you look at that game, the Black Stars were not really challenged in terms of the defense. So you could say that perhaps they missed the likes of Mohamed Salisu or Tariq Lamptey. The problem in this team has always been scoring. And it played out again. And he also confessed it. Chris Hughton said the reason why the Black Stars didn't win that game was because they failed to score. Then the question is, since Hughton knew that he was going to play that game without maybe a point man, which in this case is Inaki Williams, a lot of people are asking, why did you start Mohamed Kudus on the bench?
Well, for me, one thing about Mohamed Kudus is not your typical number 9. At least more, he cuts in from the wings. Though he scores goals, I think he has added goals to his game, which is very good. But Kudus is not that your number 9 that you expect to be banging in the goals. You cannot put him in the same category with the likes of Asamoah Gyan. Asamoah Gyan is a pure 9. Kudus is not a pure 9, but he scores goals.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is these are individuals who could get goals, right? They have the potential to get goals. So why start someone like that from the bench? And starting the 2 Ayew brothers who are currently under fire from a lot of Ghanaian fans who are not happy about their performance, particularly Andre.
Well, Femi, fans will always be fans. Like I told you before, when we had the preview of this game, I told you that what the Black Stars should do is not to lose this game. The good thing is find a victory. They have kind of sealed qualification, but at least they still have their destiny in their own hand. They don't have to rely on any team. They have their work now. Everything is in their hands to do. They are playing at home. They are playing against Central African Republic. It's going to be a tricky tie. I won't lie to you. It's going to be a tricky tie for them. A win or a draw is enough for them. But going to such game, and that qualification is not yet guaranteed. I know how that can be. But like I said, the game against Madagascar, I told you that it's going to be tough, and that was what exactly happened. Madagascar is a tough cookie, and the Black Stars, they experience it. But the most important thing is they took a point away from that game. Going into the final game, they have their destiny in their hand. It's now left for them to come up with a strategy, the right formation to see out Central African Republic. It's going to be tough, no doubt. But I believe the Black Stars, they have the quality to get to the finishing line.
James, quickly, I'll ask a couple of questions, because on social media, I went through reactions of some Ghanaian fans, and I would ask you if you think that Chris Hughton's gamble backfired. Now, someone said instead of fielding his strongest team and winning it now, he was experimenting. Who placed Jordan Ayew as target man striker in 2023? Nottingham Forest self, no, they give the more than 45 minutes. Another one said Chris Hughton is just not the guy. I don't want to see the Ayew in the next call-up. Another one says the captain hasn't done anything. We should admit we have no quality players. They are average players playing against average Madagascar players. Ghana is only living on past glory in football. Nothing more. Look at our players who play. Look at our player who play for Arsenal, Banku players. Another one says we played against Chris Hughton, age mate, and Drew. Interesting. Another one says useless coach, useless team, same result. James, people are not happy. Would you say the gamble of Chris Hughton actually? Because if you look at the starting lineup, you would say that there are a number of players that should have been in the starting 11.
Okay, if I mean the starting 11, for what I saw, you still the regular guys who played. Who are you going? The most important thing for the team now is to qualify for the AFCON. I know performance-wise it's not there yet, but get the ticket first. You have enough time to perfect all your formation and strategy. Look at the Super Eagles. The game against what is it called? Sierra Leone. It wasn't top-notch, but they got the job done, which is very important. You know, a win for the Black Stars would have sealed qualification, but like I said, they still have the destiny in their hands. The performance, fine. Madagascar, I know that game is going to be very tough for the Black Stars, but they were able to heck out a draw, which still keep them in a good position. You know, what they need now is a win or a draw. I understand the annoyance from the fans.
But with the quality in this team, James, I know Kayode has always said that there are minors in football. Now, Madagascar to Ghana, the gap is wide.
The minnows that you keep, they will not remain minnows forever. Their football will continue to develop, and you begin to find it difficult to always blow them away. You look at the Super Falcons; they'll be dominating Africa, blowing teams away 8-0, 7-0, 9-0. When last did the Super Falcons beat an African team with such margin? It goes to show that these other teams too are taking football serious.
Because we are not improving. It's because we are not improving.
Femi, look, Ghana, Madagascar is still the bigger team than Madagascar, but you don't expect Ghana to always beat Madagascar by a wide margin. I mean, you went to their place. There are so many obstacles that we are going to face: the fans, the playing pitch, you know, so many things. So that they were able to even get a result. I mean, kudos to the players. I told you, Femi, that game is going to be very difficult, and that was what happened. Even the Super Eagles, the day when we had the likes of Okocha Kanu, when the Super Eagles played the game in Madagascar in Antananarivo, the Super Eagles only settled for a goalless draw. That was in the qualification for the 2004 AFCON. Super Eagles got only a draw. So Madagascar, they are fine. They're a small team, but they are a team that they are going to stress you. So you need all the energy in you to see them out. After the Blaster defeated them in the reverse fixture, like I said, the performance was not top notch, but the most important thing is to qualify for the AFCON. That is the most important thing now. What will it profit the team to play very well in the qualifier, then get to the AFCON and not do well? The most important thing now is to get the ticket first, get it out of the way, then begin to talk about how the team should improve their performance. To me, that's the no.
Okay, let's talk about a striker. I recall your words. You said that Ghana is not a football playing nation that is known with maybe for a top striker. But James, let's look at it. Not all coaches are Guardiola. There are some coaches that you would need it, or there's national teams that you would need a top striker. That was why I was saying that when Abed negotiated the top scorer in the 2022-2023 Abed Power Premier League was disappointed about not being in the team. Remember, we talked about him in our last recording. I believe that every team should have a point nine, a top nine, who will always give the defense that unrest. You understand? Every time, make sure the defenders are on their toes. Now, Chris Hughton himself lamented that the most disappointing thing for him in the draw against Madagascar was they couldn't score. What are you going to score when you have attacking forwards who are not known for top goal scoring? You know, and they are not known for top scoring. Joseph Pencil, though he had a very good season at Genk, but he's also not known that much for goal scoring. Now, James, do you think that the Black Stars need a top nine? And I think, if you ask me, I do not think that a top nine is going to come in the shade of Inaki Williams, because Inaki Williams has played almost 7 games for the Black Stars. Still looking for. Do you think the Black Stars need a striker because being AFCON? Should they go to the AFCON without a striker?
No, Femi, I know how important it is to have a nine who contributes goals. But Femi, the way football is now, teams don't really don't put all their eggs in one basket. They don't just say, okay, because we have a nine, then other people will not contribute. It's so unfortunate that the Black Stars, they don't have that Asamoah Gyan kind of player who scores, because unfortunately then he does most of the scoring, while the others just contribute in bits. But the Black Stars now, they have players who from other positions who can score, but unfortunately they don't have that Asamoah Gyan's kind of striker now. It's so unfortunate. The guy that topped the league in they just concluded I don't think is if you put him in the Black Stars team and he doesn't perform, it's the same fans who will come down hard on him, because the national team football is different from club football. That's a big, because you don't know the kind of mindset we have going into the game, because it might be under pressure, and if he doesn't perform, I mean, it's going to take a miracle for him to be given another chance. And at home base, it's like once they give you the opportunity, you have to hit the ground running. So he will need time, and I don't think the coach has that time, for him to gel and to start, improving and all that. So for me, the team needs a good scorer. But like I said, the way football is now, you don't just pour your eggs in one basket. You don't just say, okay, because you have the 9, all balls to him. You have other players who, if they come to the party, I mean, the number 9 will have his own. He will just contribute his own. He will score, but all the responsibility of scoring will not be on him. Football has changed, Femi. Gone are the days where you have a 9.
Do you think
fine,
the Black Stars can play without a 9?
Yeah, I understand. They need a 9, a good goal scoring 9, but I'm not saying they must go for somebody that will be banging in all the goals. Just have somebody who just put away the chances. That's the thing the team is struggling with now. That striker,
of course,
like, is not that striker. He plays from the wings at Atletico Bilbao. He's not that your number 9. I think he has the hold up ability. He can hold up play and what have you. But if you have the likes of Kudus, even Ayew, they can contribute their own goals. So for me, the team need a 9. But this if there's no number 9, then the team will not succeed. I mean, no, it's about formation. How you put your team out. Olivier Giroud never scored a goal at the 2018 World Cup, but he helped France to win the World Cup. But he had a very good partner synergy with the likes of Griezmann and Mbappe. They were the ones scoring the goals, but he had a very big contribution to make in that team. So like I agree with you. The team need the Black Stars. They need a good goal scoring number 9, someone that at least can put away half chances. But Femi, football has changed. Your number 9 might not be that person that will be banging in all the goals. As long as the other players contribute their own quota, I mean, you are good to go.
Okay, I think because to further address this point, Chris Hughton has played 3 AFCON qualifiers right now. How many goals? I think about 2 goals. They struggled to get a goal against Angola in Ghana, right? The goal that was scored by Antoine Semenyo, and then it went to Angola. I think it was 1-1, right?
Yes.
In the second to the last 1-1. So 2 goals in 3 qualifiers, James. I think that says a lot. Now let's talk about Chris Hughton, James. I know it's still the early days, but do you think he is the man? Because that is what a lot of Ghanaian fans are actually questioning right now. If he's the right man for the job. Like I said, it's still the early days, but he was with Chris Otuado for, I think, more than a year. Now he's taking charge. Do you think he is the man to take Ghana forward? Because the AFCON is just some 6-7 months away, James. Do you think Chris Hughton is the man? Or if he's the man, he has a lot of things to fix in the Black Stars?
Femi, has he lost any game, if I may ask you?
But a draw is not doing that. What if something happens against the Central African Republic in September?
Femi, the good thing
is possible.
See, Femi, all the prediction I made when the Black Stars went away, I told you that it's important for them not to lose. It's either they win or they draw. And they got the draw, which kind of accumulated. Unfortunately for them, the other teams too are are not doing badly. But like I said, their destiny is still in their hands. So far, so good for me, for Chris Hughton. If you remove Chris Hughton now, who is that coach that you're going to bring in now and is going to perform magic? I mean, the Black Stars, this is the team that they are kind of trying to build, and they're not doing badly. They are not doing badly. The most important thing is give this team the support, give the coaching crew the support. This is not the time to start throwing criticism and slamming the players. I mean, this is a qualifier. We expect all the qualifier is very, very difficult. It's a very, very difficult route to a major tournament, and they've shown they've not lost any game. They've not lost any game. The one that they're supposed to win, they've won it. The one that they're supposed to maybe get a draw, they've done that. Like I said, they are going into the final game with their destiny in their own hands. Support this team and see them through to the AFCON. It's going to be a tricky time.
Which puts pressure on him, even and the players.
I understand. That's why they are professional. They understand what is at stake. After when the Black Stars defeated Super Eagles, I mean, it's almost the same scenario, So they should be used to it, But the good thing is they are playing at home. I mean, Black Stars should be able to get a result against Central African Republic. I remember when they played against South Africa, the World Cup qualifiers, they needed a win against South Africa at home. I think it was in Kumasi or Gold Coast Stadium. I can't remember, but they were able to get the result. They won the game. It's a professional. They understand what's at stake. Support. That's what the team needs now. They need to just get that support so that they're able to qualify for the AFCON. Then at the AFCON, you can now judge Chris Hughton. But now they have a business at hand to qualify for the AFCON, and they need all the support, not unnecessary criticisms.
Okay, but if you think Chris Hughton is the man now, do you agree that he has a lot of things to fix in the Black Stars?
Femi, let him qualify first, because after they qualify, there will be friendly games which
you don't want Ghana to qualify.
Yeah, we qualify. I'm
confident. I already see Ghana. I already see Ghana at the 2023 AFCON, James. Because I believe that even if it's going to be a goal, I believe that if it's going to be just a goal, they should be able to get the victory against Central African Republic. But what I'm saying is, in the long run, do you think that a lot of things need to be fixed in the Black Stars?
Femi, they just need, like I said, the most important thing for them, once they qualify, you have friendly games to judge him. Even the AFCON too. I think the AFCON should be the best place for the GFA to decide whether they will continue with Chris Hughton or not, because you have the World Cup qualifiers around the corner. So this is not the best time to start thinking of want to start replacing. Then the new coach will now come in with his own ideas, his own kind of players, and now back to square one again. Like I said, the team needs the support, and they don't need all this distraction. The goal is to qualify. The Super Eagles, look at it, they had to fight hard to qualify. Which, I mean, you saw the relief in them, because they know that the final game is inconsequential. Some of the players, they might even be excused from that game. But unfortunately for the Black Stars, they still have their work cut. They still have to work to qualify, and they need all the support, not all the criticism and all the passion.
But the Super Eagles have won all their away games. Chris Hughton has drawn 2 straight away games. The Super Eagles have won all their 3 away games.
Yeah, they drew away in the tricky ties. Like I made mention of the Super Eagles when they played against Madagascar. Even going to Luanda against Angola. Angola is not a small team. Fine, they are not one of the superpowers in African football, but they are a team that will stress you. They are a team that will stretch you, that will give you stress. Remember, they stopped Super Eagles from qualifying for the 2006 World Cup.
2006 World Cup,
stopped Nigeria qualifying for the 2004 AFCON too. So when you go to places like that and you are able to get a draw, I mean, it goes to show that you really put in that effort and you deserve the draw. So, like I said, the Black Stars need the support. They need all the encouragement. This is a team that's like, imagine, we also what they did at the World Cup. They did well. Fine, they didn't qualify. They did well. They just need the support. But by the time you keep bashing them, you keep criticizing the coaches, criticizing this and that, I mean, it's going to get to the players and it will surely affect them.
Okay, so all our Ghanaian fans, of course, James has a message for you. Stop criticizing the Black Stars. Support the Black Stars. Okay. Still talking about the Black Stars, 2 players made their debut for the national team in the draw against Madagascar. Patrick Ozo and, of course, talking about Ernest Norma, they made their debut for the national team. James, before we stop talking about the Black Stars, let's talk about the Ayew brothers. They are under intense criticism once again. Remember, Dede from the World Cup in that penalty miss against Uruguay. Now, yesterday against Madagascar, particularly now, the attention has so much shifted to Andre himself. James, these two guys, do you think they should be cut some slack, or do you think that one should start? And who do you think should be? Because that is the question a lot of Ghanaians are asking. That do the two of them need to start for the Black Star?
Well, Femi, you know, because of injuries, they had to chop and change, getting new players. Are you going to use? Are you going to experiment with new players who don't have the experience, who have never played at the IX level, or you're going to stick with the guys who have seen it, or who have the experience, who have what it takes? Remember when the Black Stars played against the Super Eagles in the World Cup qualifier? Jordan Ayew was one of the guys who made it happen for them. I mean, I was in the stadium, I watched the game live, and I saw most of the things that happened. This guy walked his socks off. So if we say, okay, they are not doing enough. I mean, remember when they were able to, what the kind of effort they put in. I mean, it's not their wish to come to the Black Stars and put up poor performance. So sometimes you never can tell the whole team. They're always the scapegoats. They are so easy to pick out. I don't know. Maybe because so easy to always pick them out. Because that's why they are still playing for the Black Stars. These are quality players who have done well for the Black Stars, who almost helped the Black Stars to win the AFCON. You know, unfortunately, it didn't happen. You know, these guys have contributed their own quota. It's not every time they will give you top-notch 100% performance. There are sometimes that the whole team might be affected, but it's so easy to always pick them out that they are the cause, why the coach is still using them. Are you going to use inexperienced players in a very crucial game? I mean, these guys, they brought their experience. In fact, they didn't win, but I mean, I want to believe that their experience was part of the reason why the Black Stars was able to get a draw. You don't just discard your experienced players like that. They still have something to contribute.
Okay. So, of course, Chris Hughton has assured all Ghanaians that he's going to go into the game against CR, Central African Republic, with the mind of winning. He said our strategy for next match is to win. We are playing at home. We know we have to win. We are aware of the consequences if we don't win. We will be ready for the game in September. Our mindset is to win this game against Madagascar. And that is what Chris Hughton said. And quickly, let's give you countries that have qualified. Okay, we have Ivory Coast, Morocco, Algeria, South Africa, Senegal, Burkina Faso, Tunisia, Egypt, Zambia, Equatorial Guinea, Nigeria, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, and of course, Cape Verde. So quickly, the 2023 FA Cup, MTN FA Cup in Ghana, of course, Dreams defeated King Faisal 2-0 in the final. King Faisal, they've gone from bad to worse. Remember, they're already relegated from the Berea Premier League. And lastly, James, just 30 seconds. In the game against Tanzania and Niger Republic, the referee sent off a ball boy because he kept throwing balls onto the pitch. Each time Niger have a counter-attack, the ball boy was sent off. It's the first time I'm hearing something like that on the funny side.
It's unfortunate. I mean, it's football, and the ball boys, they are there to assist the teams to help play to resume. But
it was actually helping his team.
Yeah, in the wrong way. I mean, in the wrong way. I mean, you are making the other team to be at a disadvantage. You know, so I think the good one for the referee send a message that it's not only footballers or coaches that get sent off, even the ball boys too can be sent off, you know, for unruly behavior. And a good one for the referee that he took that action. I mean, it goes to show that if you overstep your boundary, you go against the rules. I mean, you will be punished, whether you are one of the footballers or coaching crew or not. You're going to get the stick from the referee.
Okay, so Ghanaian fans, please, let's get talking. What do you think? Do you have the confidence that the Black Stars will be able to beat Central African Republic in September and qualify for the 2023 AFCON? Please, let's get into the conversation. James Agberebe, thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much, Femi. Happy to watch it and do today's program. We hope to see Kayode in next edition.
Of course, you took that on my mouth. Of course, Kayode sends his greetings. Hopefully, it will be around next time. So, okay, we'll see you all later in the week. Have a fantastic week ahead of you. Bye for now.